Yo.
All right, party people in the place to be, vandals and all you post-apocalyptic barbarians out there. This is a brand new episode of How'd We Get Here, and man, this is an exciting one. We got some creators on that like we wanted to talk to for a while, but before we get into that, Joe, it's your half of the intro, bro.
Yeah, so this episode of How'd We Get Here is brought to you by Power Pulp Comics. Go to Power Pulp Comics to check out their lineup of self-published creators. They've got quite a lineup of books now, so I think they have close to 100 titles up there that you can pick from. So yeah, go check it out. They have a wholesale deal for comic shops and book shops and all that. So if you're a brick and mortar store, go on the site. They have a form you can fill out. You get 50% off wholesale prices for comic shops, and any orders of 200 or more get free shipping domestically. So yeah, go check it out. If you're a comic shop,
they just signed Rick Veitch, man. Like, yeah. Brat Pack is on Power Pulp right now. How dope is that?
Yeah, pretty cool. They're getting some cool books up there, so it's worth go check it out. Go take a little peruse their offerings. They also have a Discord. You can go check out their Discord. Also, we have a few giveaways we had going on, so we're going to be spinning the wheel tomorrow to give these away. The person who we spun for the Vendetta book never got back to us, so we're going to respin the winner for this. We gave them a week to get in touch with us to give an address. They didn't do it, so everyone's name goes back onto the wheel, and we're going to spin it. Tomorrow we're going to do that, because tomorrow we were spinning the wheel for the Slaughter Swine. We're going to be giving away a copy of Slaughter Swine, the Danish slasher horror comedy book by Peter Riz. So yeah, we'll be spinning the wheel for this as well for the giveaway tomorrow afternoon at 4:00. So anyone who entered, yeah, it's your last chance to enter for this one. So go find the episode, and in the comments below on YouTube, just write Bloody Gore Comics to enter, and you'll get a chance to win Slaughter Swan.
Right.
Yeah. We also have another giveaway. That's true. We have another giveaway.
Yeah, we're giving away Tales to Enlighten. Yeah,
our Power Hour. So we're going to be giving away Tales to Enlighten. Go find the episode on YouTube and drop Power Pulp down in the comments to enter, and you have a chance to win not only Volume 1, both volumes of Tales to Enlighten. So this is a big one, guys. That's $100 value right there.
Dude, those are fat books.
And guess what? Volume 2 has a story by Big Papa himself, man.
Oh,
Papa's in Volume 2. So
man, that got like everybody in that book.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, go check it out. Our buddy Nick Klee has his Kickstarter running right now, and it funded within the first day. So congrats, Nick. This is still running till the end of the month. So guys, go check it out. Go back it. Yeah, and he posted the finished inks of that cover. That's going to be the cover of issue. Well, it doesn't work by issues because they're all self-contained stories. Did I load it? I didn't load it. I could load it later, and we can show it at the end of the episode. But it's a pretty sweet cover. So go check out that Kickstarter. Also, we have our buddy Rot Steak put out his new book. So Everything is Super Book 2 is out. You can go check that out on his online shop at Papercut Cove. He's got some merch. He's got his book. You can go find that stuff there. So go to Papercut Cove.
And we'll be doing a giveaway for him as well when we on next week. You're going to be able to either pick the new book because that's all he's got available, or some merch if you already.
We decided, because if people already support these creators, we want to include them too, right? We want to try to give them something back for supporting all these indie creators that we have on. So if you already have the books, man, we'll go on the merch. You can pick a t-shirt or some shit like that, and we'll send a t-shirt to you, So yeah, try to include everyone, be as inclusive as possible. So yeah, that's what we got. So
well, speaking of Kickstarters that funded in the very same day, I mean, within hours of starting, the guys that we have on tonight accomplished just that this week. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hey, what's going on? My name's Erwin Papa. I've been drawing comics for a few years now, I guess.
yeah, quite a few.
Beautiful. He's a very modest man. He, concept art, sculptor, toy designer, absolute animal.
Voice. Yeah. Also, one of the founding members of the Ink and Drink, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Along
Ink and
with
Drink.
Roshan.
That's a little get together where you guys go and meet up and have a big draw session with a bunch of local creators from around the LA area where you live. And yeah.
Yeah.
Erwin stuff.
You also have your Wednesday communal draw, online communal draw thing. What's that? That one about?
Yeah, it's like the digital version of Ink and Drink. It started after the pandemic when everything was closed down, so we decided to do an internet online version of the monthly meetups. But the Wednesday ones are on a weekly basis. We have a Discord where we can all hang out, and then there's an online canvas where everyone can draw.
It's also Ink and Drink Long Beach as well, the Discord, right?
Oh, yeah.
So people can go join that Discord and you can go hang out. You guys have a lot of cool stuff on there too. You have a lot of categories like manga, books, all kinds of stuff like 2D work, 3D work, what else? Like material, like you guys have everything on there. You have so many categories.
There's your reference material. There's just any conversation you'd want to have. There's probably
you go on there. People will post their pencils, so you can have fun inking over other people's work. It's very fun Discord. Yeah.
There's another thread where we can just show off like what we bought, our recent purchases, hauls. It's always fun to see. Yeah.
Cool.
My name is Warrick Walker. I'm a comic book writer. I've teamed up with Erwin. Now this is our third comic book together. Exclusively, I only worked with Filipino artists, and Erwin was the main one for that. And I've broken that rule in recent years, but I still always come crawling back to him for sure. So, yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, look at that comment. See that comment?
No, I missed it. Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't know, but we're tight like that now.
Yeah.
I explicitly told people to send death threats, so hopefully we get some cool comments during this.
That seemed like more of the flattering, loving one.
Yeah, I know. It's just I have that effect. I'm sorry.
So you said you worked on 3 books together. You have Angriest Warrior, which is on Kickstarter now, so folks go back it. You did also a one-shot of Angriest Warrior. It's Kevin.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's crazy.
You did Vile.
And Vile, yeah.
So what are you counting the first one shot of Angriest Warrior as well in the 3 or?
Yeah. So that was the first comic me and Erwin ever worked on together, and that was really just a test for both of us to like see if we work well together and if like we could do it, because at that point like Erwin and I started becoming more and more friends, and he had been working on Angriest Warrior separately, but it was more just like one pager kind of just scenes, not necessarily like like an actual like multiple page narrative.
Like a strip
and
style.
Yeah, exactly. And as me and Erwin got closer, I loved the concept of Angriest Warrior. I'm a big Conan the Barbarian fan, so I loved the idea of parodying that. And we would end up meeting at bars or stuff, and I would joke around and be like, oh, you should have him do this, or next time we saw each other, I thought of this more elaborate or stupid scenario, and we would just drink and laugh about it until one day Erwin was like, do you want to write a story? And to be honest, as much as I love comics, and this may sound dumb, I never realized I could make comics because I don't draw. I'm not a traditional artists in that sense. And I never, I love storytelling, but I had never really given writing a chance up until that point. And, Erwin is just an absolute monster when it comes to art. So it's like, how do you say no to that? But it also created a huge level of, I need to give him the best I can at this point, because I'm getting to work with an artist that tons of people would love to work with. So yeah, that was kind of like a test for us, and we both had a really good time. I made a shit ton of mistakes, and Erwin totally was supportive and helpful and helped rectify a lot of those mistakes that I made. And I got the itch, and I just kept making comics after that, because it was so much fun, so challenging, but incredibly fun.
Yeah, that's the impression I get. Like hearing your story, we've talked to Brunson before, and Erwin, you seem like a guy who's very, like a big brother type, like where you want to help people succeed. You take them under your wing, or always open to exchanging ideas or giving useful criticisms of their work and stuff. And you seem very, how do you say, active in the community and helping people. Just express themselves creatively.
What?
I think your mic's cutting out, Joe.
Yeah.
Your mic's cutting out. But yeah, I what Joe was saying, we our buddy Josh Makis too. He's kind of runs around with your crew, and he's cited you on being really helpful and supportive, and him getting his book out too. And we just really appreciate that kind of commitment. You know what I mean? That kind of mentorship from for the scene. I mean, I know a lot of guys that are pretty cool, but not with the amount of time you dedicate, from what it sounds like, man. So
oh yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we have the because of the Discord and the community that's grown out of it, from the live events and the online Discord. A lot of people have joined, and it might have just stemmed from making the group project a comic book project with the first Ink and Drink Kickstarter. I always wanted to do comics, and all the stuff that I've been doing with comics for the most part have been kind of just tests. Can we do this? Like the Juggernaut and Rhino, our first Kickstarter, that was a test. Like, can we make this Kickstarter happen? Can we make a group project happen with multiple people? And once that succeeded, and just talking to a bunch of people from different groups, Cosmic Lion guys, who else is there? Chris Anderson and Power Pulp, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing that there's avenues for people to reach out to. We have our the LCS, Pulp Fiction Long Beach. That's a venue that they like hosting signings and events. So getting, and then with the Ink and Drink monthly meetups, they're all there. The Ryan from Pulp Fiction's there, and Josh Mikes is there. It's let's introduce them. Maybe something can happen. Just people that I like, that I want them to succeed. Warwick, Brunson, Josh. The books are good, and they need to be seen. These are the avenues that I know that something might happen, and just shoot your shot and let's test it out and see what happens.
Oh, since the Kickstarter's kicking so much ass, and you kind of don't have very many variants or anything like that going on, I was wondering if you were maybe planning on adding stuff like that to the campaign to maybe get a little more support like that. It's a pretty good option. I just was wondering if that was something you guys were thinking about,
Maybe we were just thinking of just let's just put the book out, and then previous books out, keep them as add-ons. There wasn't really talks of any real stretch goals, but maybe a variant. I'll have to think about it. Maybe we can make a variant and see. You want a variant?
Well, no, it's just surprising that there was. there wasn't even like one offered. I think you guys just have the one version of the book up, right? And then
Yeah.
you could get other accoutrements or kind of like that. But like everything, it's a very affordable Kickstarter, which I always appreciate, man. I think, yeah, I'm getting the book and some other stuff, and I think it was only $10, and then like $5 for shipping or something like that. So it's like going to be
Yeah.
$15 out the door. I mean,
Yeah.
bless you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's for the issue.
we definitely want to try to keep the book like accessible. Like we want the idea of like comics isn't like a gated thing. It is a community. Obviously, Erwin helped form this community in Long Beach, and it's like, yeah, we want people to read it, and we also don't want it to like break your bank, you know.
That's Kevin. You said he says we need an Angriest Warrior thong reward.
Yeah.
What size?
Yeah. A fur thong.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Is my mic all right now, Johnny?
Yeah,
you're
we
good.
can hear you.
Right. Just let people know, up in the corner, we have a QR
Oh.
code that brings you to the Kickstarter. So if anyone's
Oh,
watching
okay.
with their phone, just break out your phone. You don't have to even type anything. Just go to the QR, scan it, go to the Kickstarter, and back this book, man.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
we figured out how to use QR codes just
Hell yeah.
this week
Future is now.
on
The
stream.
future is now.
Like, how does this
Nice.
work? Oh, I said it's so fucking easy. I don't know why we didn't try it sooner.
I do have the link in the chats and in the description as well, though, if you
Yeah,
are like
okay.
low tech still.
Can you change the name of the episode to "We Figured Out QR Codes" instead of announcing us?
Well, we thought we'd have to like clip it out of an existing piece, you know what I mean? And like, but like, no, you just put the website in the thing, and it makes
Yeah, and it creates it. StreamYard generates it itself. We
Oh,
thought we'd
that's-
have to
that's
get
cool.
one and like
Plaster it
import a
somewhere.
JPEG,
Like-
of it and
Yeah.
stuff. But no, you just put the link, and Instagram generates the QR code, and it stays there. You create it once, it's saved in your categories, and you can just click it and put it up. Like we have a bunch of different ones that we can put up there, and yeah. So
Nice.
anyway, that's the QR code for the Kickstarter. So folks, go scan it and go over there. Yeah, but I think the fact that this Kickstarter is doing so well and it's bare bones, I think, is a testament to how much fun your books are and how much people like them.
Oh, dude,
You
this
don't
thing-
need like a variant or a nudie or a titty cover or this or that. Like no gimmicky kind of thing. And I think like respect that you guys didn't do a variant cover. You're just like, this is the cover, this is the book, buy it. You know, I love that. And Johnny wasn't saying it because he thinks you need it, but it's so rare to see that now, and to see a Kickstarter so successful while not resorting to those types of like 6 variants, and so
Yeah,
so props
we-
to you guys, man.
we really appreciate that. I think me and Erwin talked previously because we did talk like very briefly about the idea of add-ons, and we were worried that the more we add on, the more it hits at cost to produce these things, and also just making sure like we want to deliver this comic as soon as possible. So I would be so bummed because it's already done. It's already, we sent you an early copy. We just need to print it. I would hate we got to wait for t-shirts to come in. We got to wait for this to come in, and it just becomes more problematic. And I do think as we continue to make these, we might try to trickle in add-ons, but I think we're still trying to like nail the formula of just being consistent and letting our readership know that, like, oh, these guys always deliver. So yeah.
You could always set up a shop post Kickstarter where you put merch on afterwards so that you can just fulfill. And if people want extra stuff, they could go to like, let's say you set up your Ink and Drink with this online store where you could maybe set up like now with the print on demand t-shirts and stuff, you could do like your Sewer Boys, you could do Angriest Warrior, Vile. You could create all these designs and people could just buy t-shirts or this merch like on print on demand if they wanted to get some extra goodies and stuff like that, then you don't have to worry about fulfillment after. Yeah.
That's actually, it's a really solid idea. And definitely.
With Warwick's previous Kickstarter with our friend Eric Rivera, they did the first issue of Eternal Reign. That was just basically just the book, right?
Yeah.
There it is. Look at that.
That was just the book. Because once again, that was my debut like self Kickstarter. And I really was hyper focused on the idea of like, this book needs to be in everybody's hands as soon as possible. And I didn't want to get bogged down with any of like the extra details. And yeah, I was really happy to get that out as soon as possible. I don't know if you get this, but like it's almost like this level of guilt that all these people have bought this thing and it's all sitting in my house, and I'm like, I need to mail this out like now, and it almost feels like there's this weight on your back, and you just want to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, you guys are ahead of the game. Your book is done.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like they do the Kickstarter to either so they could pay the artist to finish the book, because they paid the artist just to do, like, let's say a preview, like enough pages to preview it so people get a taste. And you know, it's I mean, I understand that too, but we got a lot of buddies that like they won't run a Kickstarter till their book is done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's already like formatted. They've already sent it to the printer, so it's just a formality, right? To get the money from the Kickstarter is just to maybe refund themselves for the printing, and they fulfill within a month after the Kickstarter is done, because the book's already done and ready to go to print, right? So, I mean, you guys are ahead of the game if your book's already done.
Yeah. And I'm excited for people to get a hold of this thing. It is so fun. Like I'm literally begging for more. Like,
Yeah.
And
That's
the
good.
art's so sick. Like I don't know what's okay to show, but like I figured like, you know, like this panel would be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first, I don't know, 8 pages are fine. I guess.
Yeah, because you had it up, I think, as a preview, right? So people could sample it for back in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had it out there, the first 8 pages, so people could go read it and get a feel for what it is. And it's pretty good.
I loved it with them praying to Clippy. Like,
Yeah.
That's all Warwick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people, depending on how wide your demographic is of readers, a lot of people might not get that. Johnny and I, we're old enough. We know exactly what that was.
It kind of makes it a little bit more legit now that it's like an actual thing that some people don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
A wealth of technology long forgotten. But yeah, like that whole those first like 8 pages are just like single splash pages of just fucking Erwin killing it with just insane art, single and double splashes, and the whole idea behind that was like, this is like the intro to like a classic Saturday morning cartoon. You know how you'd get that like 30 seconds rundown of like, this is the lore, this is what you need to know about the world. All right, cool. Let's move on. Let's continue. And like, that was the idea behind it. And if, we decide to continue Angriest Warrior beyond this arc, I'm probably going to start every arc with something like that. Just giving you a little more lore, a little more crazy art, and just giving Erwin more chances to continue just to make these insane pages. So.
Yeah, there's a monster in this book. It is so cool. Like I can't wait for people to see that. Like you can kind of see it in the thumbnail. Like Joe used it, but I'm not going to pull it up on screen. Like I kind of want.
Erwin might have posted it. I feel like Erwin posted.
I posted like a very close up.
Okay,
I think it was a very close up.
Yeah,
that's totally all Warwick's. That's another Warwick idea too.
Yeah,
which came from a previous story too, right, Warwick?
Yeah. So I was originally writing a whole separate like comic book, and when I started working on the Angriest Warrior with Erwin, I kind of realized I was like, this is just Angriest Warrior. So I was like, why don't I just make this Angriest Warrior? So I started slowly like trickling in the ideas that I had for this other comic, and they just fit so naturally and so perfectly that I was like, I was already writing the comic. I was already writing this series before I was even on it, So.
Yeah, that's a good question. because I've gone on your online store, Erwin, and I was checking out what you had available for original art. So I was wondering if you sold any of the original pages from the comics you've worked on and stuff. I know you have a lot of, because you're pretty prolific with how much you draw, and you got a lot of stuff on there that I've seen posted from Instagram, from your live draw sessions and stuff like that, your cards and all this stuff. So I was wondering, like, that's a good question. Original pages from the actual stories you've worked on, do you put those up on your site to sale afterwards, or
no? Honestly, I've just been lazy about posting all that stuff up because it is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
This issue, I don't know how to go about doing that. Part of me like wants to keep it for whatever reason, but the other part of me is like, I can sell these pages, right? I'm pretty much done with them.
If
I
you
don't
get-
know.
If you catch Erwin at any of those like shows or conventions,
Oh, yeah.
he always has his portfolios out.
Yeah.
So all the originals are there, and I know you've sold stuff from like other stuff. I know you sold some
Other
stuff from
pages,
Sewer
yeah.
Boys and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't know if you've sold any of like Vile. I don't
Nothing
know if
here.
you've sold-
No.
Oh wow,
No, not yet.
crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's some fucking nice pages in Vile.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's another Kickstarter. I don't know if you're familiar with any of the follow any of that toy stuff, but Four Horsemen has a Kickstarter for their RPG role playing game. Four Horsemen, they produce a lot of. They have a line called Mythic Legions, 7-inch figures.
Okay.
But then now they've moved on to doing this RPG game that they also included new figures to go along with that Kickstarter. But there's this thing I forgot. Maybe it isn't that Kickstarter, but there's a Kickstarter where you pay this fee, this tier fee. It's a tier, but it's a fee to access a different section of add-ons. And
Okay.
those add-ons are the originals. If I were to do it, I would have like this, I don't know, $5 fee to access this special add-on section where I would put up all the originals for people to buy.
That's
Because I was thinking, like, do I just put it on a different website and then like have to like delegate, like, oh, this person wants this page, but this other person wants the same page, so I gotta tell that person, oh, it's already sold. It's like so complicated.
Man. Whoever pays the most gets it.
Oh, yeah. Let's put it up for
auction. Yeah. Yeah, but then you could get screwed too.
Oh yeah.
100%.
$1, I got the cover for Angriest Warrior for $1. What a deal!
Well, that's why I set the minimum to $150.
There you go.
$1.50.
Starts at exactly. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what the best way is. You probably have to pick people's brains that sell their art on a regular basis and see what they think. Yeah.
I'll ask.
Did you do the coloring on the cover, Erwin?
I did, yeah.
I love it, man. I
Oh.
like that. Just one color for the character. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, it just pops so good. Like,
Yeah. Thank you. I usually just color in flats, and because of the colors being flat, keeping the characters singled out by color just helps it easier to read. I draw black and white, so that which means that I'll have to like render out a bunch of stuff, especially for shadows and lights. But since the shadow and light is in the art already, you can just put a flat on top, and the rendering still shows. You don't need to render with color anymore, because then that'd be too much. Although we do see that a lot.
nice. Yeah. I like it though, man. I really dig like the kind of return to pulpy kind of coloring like that.
I like it too.
So Warwick, one thing that I really love about this book is it's post-apocalyptic but sword and sorcery.
Yes.
And, the post-apocalypse, and I always dig when people play with that type of story. Like, what were your particular influences from like that style to kind of?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm not sure if you're familiar. There is an old video game called Brutal Legend that was created by Double Fine, and I played that as a kid, and I was like totally mesmerized by this idea of this like fantasy world that was like all inspired like heavy metal albums. Each region had its different vibe. You know, they were all driving crazy rat rods that were spewing flames, demons like riding things. And I just thought that was so cool and interesting. And obviously, like, I'm a huge fan of Conan the Barbarian, specifically like reading the old Robert E. Howard books and stuff. So I eventually was, I want to do a barbarian story, but I want it to be like fun. I want there to be this weird, interesting twist. And I love the idea that like society is just completely crumbled and we've almost reached this like medieval state again. And we don't really know what half of the things around us are. And in my mind, I immediately went to like, oh, how cool would it be if like some people knew how to use technology still, but that was considered like sorcery because people didn't understand it. And that just kind of like snowballed. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with I think it's Gorgoth of Barbaria. It was a pilot episode of this old animated cartoon, and unfortunately it didn't get picked up. And they would air it on Adult Swim randomly at like 1 or 2 in the morning. And I caught it, and it's literally, it is a barbarian after America collapses after a nuclear war. And it is insanely absurd, gory, funny, and just plays on a bunch of like sword and sorcery tropes. And for sure, that's like embedded in this as well. Like I can't deny that brought some inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I was telling Johnny, I was like, it's like a cross between Conan or any kind of like Chrome or whatever barbarian sword and sorcery and like Mad Max, right? It's like that dystopian. It's kind of this fun mashup of the two genres, right?
Yeah.
So
little Fist of the North Star, I think.
Oh
Yeah. Oh, you picked that up. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
we are both
boot,
fans of Fist of the North Star. So
there's a panel with a where is it? I printed out like a preview copy just to see what the book would look like. I don't know if you even saw this work.
oh no.
5.5 by 8.5. The whole thing. I just wanted to see what it would look like.
Mhm.
But there's where's my camera? Like that is totally Fist of the North Star boots.
okay.
Yeah.
So good coming out of the panel like that. Fuck. So fun.
And just
Yeah,
like the weird slavery angle, you know what I mean? That was right out of like one of the gangs.
Oh yeah.
Like they just weren't licking their axes. Like that's
Sure.
kind of like all that was missing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And I love like the humor in it too. Just the over the top and just the mishmash of like the Widowmaker when they're like, oh, the Widowmaker, and you're like, oh shit. When you see what it is, you're like, oh, that's freaking cool how it's like mashed together, stuff like that. Like, yeah. It's just fun. You just think of something creative and you just go run with it, and man, it leads to some crazy fun scenes, like the mayhem and massacre that ensues after all the battles, and then
with the sidekick guy, hold the sword, and then
Yeah.
great action scene.
Yeah, when I was writing it, I was like, well, they're chained together, so like you gotta do some fun stuff with that. So
yeah. So and I mean, I remember when we did a fully funded episode where we cover a bunch of Kickstarter books. We talked about Vile, and like Johnny and I were just blown away with Erwin's work, and we love the story too. We're like it's like the full package, and there are so many different panels in there. Like sometimes I got a little bit of Brandon Graham, like with the environments, like the cityscapes and stuff. Like kind of what's Brandon's book, Johnny? The city. King City. Yeah, I got some King City vibes from it a little bit. There's and just like some Rizzo vibes from it too.
Thank you.
It was just fantastic, and like there's so much going on, so much detail, right? Everywhere. Like there was almost like you didn't
all that graffiti, man.
You didn't cut any corners. Like almost every panel had backgrounds. Weren't too many. Like, yeah, I was just blown away. Like just how much work and effort you put into that issue. It was just mind blowing, and it's fantastic. Like I love the way you worked with the negative space in the foreground, or how like the graffiti would be the white, and then like just the contrast and how like you could see the graffiti on the walls with just that contrast. And then you have the mid shot where the people are, then further you have less detail where it's just white with thinner lines like of the cityscape, and just creating that depth of field was just on some of the panels were just, it was great. Like just great storytelling in that book visually. And yeah, so like I was sold. Like I was already following you and loved your work, and then after Vile came out, that's why I was following you on Instagram. I was like, oh shit, so I backed that Kickstarter, and I was like, man, a fan forever after reading that one. Yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah, that book, this Warwick story was pretty much obviously was written out, but it's all there. It was just like straightforward story. Now, when drawn, it like it's set in Cyberpunk City. Just because of that description, I had to like just go do as much as I could per page to really sell that cyberpunk
Maximus.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made sure like work was we were like going through and figuring out what the story would be, or coming back with the story, knowing that it was cyberpunk. Like now I'm like formulating ideas like what if this is cyberpunk, what is going to be my cyberpunk? Or what are the kind of rules for what that book would look like? I immediately said that there's going to be no plants. No plants, no vegetation, no nature. Everything is building. Everything is, just brutalism, hard angles. All the buildings are hard angles. The only organic people, the things you see are people, but that even people are they're wearing like contraptions too. Like the headphones are even bigger headphones. The jacket has like spikes on it. Yeah, that heavily influenced by Jeff Darrow. I was always looking at Jeff Darrow. Like, if I can make that book was me trying to do Jeff Darrow.
Darrow.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Like
definitely. Looking at that book,
Hard Boiled was a huge inspiration.
Yeah, the signage, the backgrounds, but then like even still like okay, the other second rule for the Cyberpunk City is that you don't see sky. There is no sky in that book, and even if I pull back. There's a scene where Jay is just staring at the city and the camera pulls back. The camera pulls back far back and there's still no sky. It's all just buildings. Yeah. I want to see how far, like when we do the second issue, like if the camera ever tilts up, like how am I going to approach not showing the sky? That's going to be challenging. And all this stuff is just like fun challenges to figure out.
Like anytime I talk about it, I tell people that your work in that is a tour de force. Like, I mean,
it's like Tsutomu Nihei doing Blam.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Out
of the park on that book, man. Like Angriest Warrior, I love too, but it's a total different genre and everything, and it works perfect the way you approached it as well, right? But like you said, like you try to do a Jeff Darrow, so there's so much going on in each panel with the backgrounds, the graffitis, there's just so much going on for you to look at and take in. It's like, and it's available on the Kickstarter. Like you can get all the books you guys worked on. So I highly recommend if you don't have Vile yet and you're backing Angriest Warrior, definitely pick up Vile as well. You will not be disappointed. Like if you enjoyed what you got from Angriest Warrior, you'll definitely also enjoy Vile. Even if you're not the biggest fan of cyberpunk style stuff, I think you'll still get something great out of it. Like, I mean, I highly recommend people pick up Vile as well if they when they back this book, Angriest Warrior.
Well, it's a great crime drama, you know what I mean? And like, if you're just a fan of that genre, like, dude in that book, he is a very good, flawed protagonist. And it's a bit harsher. Like, Angriest Warrior is kind of like really funny, where Vile, you guys were set out to make, kind of like a disturbing kind of futuristic book. So I love the change up of style as well.
I got a little Cowboy Bebop vibes from it too, the costume designs and stuff. Very Cowboy Bebop-ish, I found.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, and I love it when people do cyberpunk like this, where they kind of infuse like the European Mobius type stuff. They throw in some manga cyberpunk, and then like you have the Jeff Darrow American cyberpunk look. So you kind of like blend it all three, and it just sings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, all that stuff just came from Warwick's story. Like, I can't draw anything if I don't have a story. I need a story to build all this stuff on top of, and I'm not just drawing it just to draw it. I'm drawing the story to illustrate the story. I'm not just drawing the Vile. Yeah, I will admit, like that's every book is like I'm trying to show it off. Like this is how I can draw now. This is how I can draw now.
Yeah.
But then with Vile, it's like, and this newest Angriest Warrior story, it's like, how do I plus up the story visually? the Angriest Warrior swinging the slave around, killing all these bad guys. How do you show that? And Warwick said this is a double page spread, so now he gives me that
Yes, that
opportunity to do that.
with the
What do
panels
I?
on the bottom. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
like
great.
what
Like,
do I? Oh, that scene too. Yeah. Oh no, I was talking about the scene where he's swinging him around. Oh, I forgot.
oh, they're with the chain too. Yeah, the
With the
chain
chain,
scene.
yeah.
Then you have the one where the Widowmaker. Then on the bottom you have a sequence of panels
Yeah,
of all
with the-
different
Yeah.
kills. It's
Yeah.
fantastic as well.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that.
That page. That page I made up because the original intent was the first issue was going to be a 48 page first issue. Warwick wanted to get the Kickstarter out. I was like, okay, well, I reluctantly agreed. But then that was opportunity because we split it. We split it. Warwick split it at a certain section, which just made total sense. It was basically a cliffhanger. Yeah, and then the original ending too was also a cliffhanger as well. But this one was a good cliffhanger to end it at.
Yeah.
And because of that, we had to buffer out. We had some room for extra pages. There was 3 pages, and yeah, that Widowmaker double page splash, like that was one.
Yeah, because we cut it at that section, we were able to extend that scene and give it a lot more justice that it honestly deserved.
Right?
Yeah. So
And both issues now are going to be extended to 28 pages.
Awesome. Yeah. Because I love that panel. That's great. Like this.
Yeah.
You get that 3/4 double page spread, then you get the little like 1/3 or 2/3 on the bottom with the action like the kill sequence. It's just, I love it. It's just fantastic. I love that type of stuff.
There is an Easter egg in that one of the characters that's flying in the air is a reference to a Marvel movie, and I guess I'll just keep it. I'll just keep it at that and see if anyone picks it out, because it's such a.
Is there one? Is there just the one character in the air, or is there a few?
Just one. There's a few characters in the air, but I think
yeah.
you might be thinking of that one character because it's such a distinct pose.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one character that I'll have to go back and pay more attention. I went.
It's hard. It's hard. If you just saw that movie recently, that might stick out. But
yeah,
I don't know if anyone's gonna. I'll share it with you guys.
We have someone in the chats that has a direct connection to the Angriest Warrior, which if you love Angriest Warrior, man, there's going to be another book coming out featuring Angriest Warrior, and this is a fun thing. And this is something I want to announce. So I'm happy Brunson showed up in the chats, because Brunson, you're going to be doing you trade each other's characters and you tell a little story, right? So Brunson's going to be doing an Angriest Warrior story, and you're going to be doing a Ghostman story.
Yeah, each story is 20 pages. We wrote and drew our own stories. It's going to be a fun book.
So I'm curious, are you working on this with Erwin Warwick, or is this just Erwin's thing?
No, so like I guess a lot of people kind of they think Angriest Warrior is like limited to like me and Erwin.
Yeah.
But it's not. That was never really the intention with Angriest Warrior. Just like Conan the Barbarian, there's a million iterations, a million people taking their own take on this character, and that was always Erwin's intention. So I've known that from the beginning. I've always been incredibly supportive. There is actually an Angriest Warrior story out there that neither of us worked on. It's from June the Goon. And I'm super, like, I love Brunson's work. So when I found out he was doing his take, I was like, fuck yeah, I want to see what his Angriest Warrior looks like.
So
it's good.
So when is, I know that the pre-launch is already up for that.
Yes. Yeah, the pre-launch is already up
for that. You guys are going to do this Kickstarter, and how much longer are you going to wait before you do is it going to be a flip book?
Yes, it will be a flip
so
book.
And you just flip it, it'll be on the other side.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be fun formatting that book, turning every page upside down. I really hope that I get it in the correct order, because I know I'm gonna mess it up. So the timeline from now to the Ghostman, Angriest Warrior Kickstarter, it's gonna be this month is this Kickstarter, and then March through April there will be the fulfillment.
Yeah.
time, and for this one, and then May will be the pre-month campaigning, and then June will be.
Okay.
We will try to do June as the
So
next
people,
Kickstarter.
so you should probably have everyone will get their books, be able to read it.
I want
So it'll
everyone.
build the hype for that
Right.
the following Kickstarter that will feature Angriest Warrior and Ghostman. So that's cool.
Yeah. I have a little bit concerned, like, oh, there's just too many Kickstarters, and there is a lot of Kickstarters, and because Kickstarter is such a viable thing, it's become like our second comic book store. We have our
Yeah.
LCS, and then
Yeah,
we also have Kickstarter. So it's like, I guess I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel. Like, is it too many Kickstarters? This is our
Well,
only way.
Right now,
Depends on if you're consistent, which I'm pretty sure you will be, and getting the product out, because you seem to be like the type of creators we like that have their books finished before they even do the campaign. So yeah, dude. I think it's fun to have a couple in the same year. Like our friend Richard, he sometimes has up to 4 campaigns in a year. You know what I mean? And that's cool. Like if you have that output, you know what I mean? Do it. Have it out there. Keep your name fresh. You know, and show that you can put it out consistently, and that'll maybe even get.
And I mean, I don't think it's too close. I mean, if people love your work, I think it's better that you put out maybe 3 or 4 books. Like you're gonna have it. They're gonna get it in May. They'll read it, and then boom,
June the next
another one. They'll be like, oh fuck yeah, because they just want more, right? And now you're giving them more. You're giving them enough time to get it, enjoy it, and then they want more. So then you just give it to them. And right now, before we went live, we're talking with Warwick, and we're saying how right now there's this little boom on Kickstarter and just in comics, indie comics in general, they're just selling really well right now. So these books are coming out at the perfect time. Like we've had a few friends that post pandemic, the Kickstarters kind of slowed down. People were having a hard time funding. They weren't funding as quickly. And now there seems to be this nice little boom happening again where books are funding day one. People don't have to wait for that final week to get that final little boost, that final 48 hours. Like these books, lately, all these books we've been talking to creators about, they've been funding in the first 24 hours or 48 at the worst. So there's it seems to be this little boom on Kickstarter right now. So, I mean, strike while the iron is hot, my friend, because and I think people want more work from you.
Yeah. Plus, this one's going to have Ghostman in it. You know what I mean? And I think this is going to be his first time on a Kickstarter. But there's that hype, for the other 2 books that Raymar has put out. So yeah, I can see that just attracting people that are interested in that.
Most definitely. Yeah, Brunson has propelled so far, way past than what I do. I think he just started 3 years. Within 3 years, he's got his books at Cosmic Lion.
He's got a cover at IDW.
Yeah, I think he has several covers. At least now, 2. Yeah, 2 covers IDW. He's working on his someone else's script, and he's doing another book with Kevin Anthony Catalan. And he's much stuff. Heroes. He's doing Heroes.
Yeah, and he's got representation by
Panel Punk.
Panel Punk, exactly.
Yeah. So this Kickstarter, this is June.
His wife, yeah, exactly.
Just June Kickstarter. I'm writing Brunson's coattails.
Brunson gives you a lot of credit. We had him on about 6 months ago, a few months ago, and he had a lot of praise for you and thank you for helping him out when he first started and stuff, and giving him a lot of advice and being very supportive. And he was really appreciative of it when he came on the show. So yeah.
Yeah, I like to work with people that I like, Warwick included, because Warwick just came up hey, can I write something? I was like, yeah, let's do it. Because that during that time too, this is 2018. This might have been the very first Ink and Drink that Warwick approached with that idea, and I only had the 1-page strips to that point. And he wanted to write something. I was like, okay, well, I'm still trying to figure out how to write too. Warwick wants to write something. Okay, well, now that's my test. Can I write something? Can I draw something that someone else wrote? And I've done comics previously to this, but this is again like, oh, okay, now it's my character. How is somebody else going to approach it? Am I going to be receptive to it? But I just stayed open. Like, how do I make this work? How am I going to make a work story work? And I think it did, and then we just kept continuing on with that Vile and this one.
I think it did in a big way, my friend. I mean, so far you guys have these two books together, and I love both of them. So whatever you guys are doing, I don't know how exactly you guys work together, like what the process is, but whatever it is, it's working because Angriest Warrior is a lot of fun, and Vile was just, oof, like I can't say enough good things about Vile. Like, so I mean, like I said, people need to read that one as well. So. Yeah,
Vile was really interesting when me and Erwin worked on it together because we had just finished that first Angriest Warrior, and one shot, relatively short, and we both kind of like had this like moment of like, okay, cool, like we work well together, like I think we both understand the assignment. Let's make something like in quotations serious. Like Angriest Warrior is very funny, very loose. Okay, well, I want to show people that I can make something like emotional, something maybe thought-provoking, something that feels more raw than necessarily. And it's funny because we actually just finished watching an episode of Cartoonist Kayfabe about outlaw comics.
Yeah.
And we were like, dude, let's do a fucking outlaw comic. Let's do that. And of course I asked everyone, well, what do you want to draw? And he hits me with Cyberpunk. And that's what set that world. I asked Erwin, and I try to do this with every artist I've ever worked with. Is I always ask them, "What do you want to draw?" Because if you can nail the story and whatever thing they want to tackle, it just makes it a million times better because they're so more invested and they want to like conquer that genre or they really want to show off. And you know, Erwin had this idea at the time that he was going to start streaming all the pages. And at first we were like going back and forth about the idea of that because we were like, well, doesn't that kind of ruin the story if someone literally can go to every stream and see what every page is in chronological order? And eventually we just decided like, who cares? Let's hang out. Let's work on the comic book together. And we would do these live streams where we would sit there. And when people would join the stream, we would start conversations with random people. That's how I met Brunson. And that's how he got more involved in my life. And as we were engaging and interacting with these people, it started feeling like we were forming this community. And also, Erwin just started seeing usernames pop up, and he would add graffiti into Vile. Some random person on, stream would hop in with some crazy name and be like, "That's going to go right on the wall, right there." And I think people felt very like appreciative, and it felt cool to be like, oh shit, like I'm kind of in this comic book now. And it almost like captures that moment that we were working on it. In that train scene, there's a little graffiti tag that says bus 42, I believe. And I was telling Erwin that was the bus that I used to take home from high school every day. And he wrote that in there. And yeah, it was our attempt at going like, cool, like people liked Angriest Warrior. They thought it was funny. They thought it was silly, but let's make something that makes people go like, oh, fuck. Like, who are these guys?
Yeah.
And I definitely think Vile nailed it. Like, super like emotional, it's about grief. It's about how people deal with grief and addiction. Unfortunately, I have, family and loved ones that have had to battle addiction. And there's that quote at the end of the story. It's along the lines of like, the only thing I dread is to not be worthy of my suffering. And I read that years ago in my early 20s from a book called Man's Search for Meaning. I was going through a really rough patch in my life. And that book is about this person, he's a psychiatrist who unfortunately like survived the Holocaust, but was, put into these encampments, and he had to like suffer and witness all these people suffer around him. And he kind of writes his account and what he feel like he learned from that. And that quote hit me so heavily because it's life is hard. Like there's horrible shit constantly happening, and you can either let it completely destroy you, or you can try to become stronger and try to overcome and learn from these things. But and that's Jay's story. He's the anti-hero. He's this dude who you're kind of like, fuck this guy, but you slowly start rooting for him because you can see underneath all of this shit, all of this smart ass, aggressive, edgy persona. Like there is somebody who like cares and who's trying to like get through stuff. So
Yeah, it's a little requiem for a dreamish, I guess.
oh yeah.
Touch, yeah. So like with the crime drama and everything, like what are your main influences into those worlds? Just wondering, like, what do you tap into?
I've always loved like noir. Like I've always been super into that. And like that goes from anything from like Chinatown with Jack Nicholson. That's like one of my favorite movies. I remember the first time I watched that movie, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but the ending fucking just completely destroyed me. And I was like, what the fuck? It ends like that? And I highly recommend, you know, I don't want to ruin it because I think it's such a good film, but if you have the time and you haven't seen the film, like go see it. The ending is devastating in my opinion. And it kind of made me realize like, damn, like this genre is very emotional for me. The idea of this person trying to like find the truth in a world that doesn't really care about truth, a world that's just trying to survive day by day. You know, Erwin talked earlier about how everything is very angular, very sharp in this cyberpunk world, except for the people. And when I wrote the nightmare sequence that Jay has, Erwin, this was not my idea. This is Erwin deciding in the moment. He decided to draw the entire dream sequence just raw pen, no rulers. He wanted it to feel sketchy. He wanted it to feel weird and warped, which was beautiful because up until that point, everything had been so clean, sharp edges. And he decided just to make this world, this nightmare feel even wonkier and more fucked up. And it was really well done. And yeah, I'm really itching to like go back to that world and continue that story that I have fleshed out. But I also understand that like it's kind of a big ask to have Erwin keep flip-flopping between these two worlds. So yeah, like.
So I'd like to just circle back just a little bit to when you're talking about the graffiti and all this stuff. You pick stuff up, and there's a lot of graffiti and tags in this world. So I was just wondering, Erwin, were you ever into that scene? Did you ever do graffiti and where you would tag or any of this stuff back in your youth? You know, like
no, not really. I was kind of just like a fake tagger.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would do it, but I wouldn't get up. I wouldn't get up everywhere. I was too scared to do it. I do it at school. I do it at school.
Yeah.
I don't know, just random restrooms, but not really. But I enjoy like seeing all that stuff. People like getting like really big and just like wondering like how did they get up? You know, how did you get up on top of a freeway? You know, on like how did you paint there? Like, are you hanging? And like, how did you get the letters like so huge? It's just mesmerizing. There was a bunch of when I was a teenager, there was like a bunch of magazines that I would buy. It was just people would send photos of their stuff or find stuff, and I would just like just be influenced by all that stuff. And like I guess like that kind of plays into the Darrow stuff because you see Darrow, it's all architecture. It's like, oh, okay, well you can tag on the Darrow buildings, right? So let's do that. Let's try that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
Yeah.
You can also do metal logos hella good, man. That logo for Vile, man. That's like straight death metal, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the vibe that we were going for too. Like,
Did you have that concept?
I
forgot.
Yeah. So I asked you. I was like, "Is there any way we can make the logo a moth and also make it metal?"
Yeah.
And you were like, "Yeah." And I shit you not, that iteration that you see, he sent me a very rough sketch that almost looks just like it. 30 minutes after I asked for it, I don't know how he was able just to formulate that word so perfectly in a moth form. But he fucking killed it. It was insane.
It's a great logo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'd rock it on a shirt, man.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, like I said, that book, like if you like black and white comics, like Vile, you pull out every trick in the book in that one. You have like I said, the negative positive space stuff, the close-ups. You get the nice hatching of the close-up of his face when he's eating the chocolate. You get where he saves the kid, the action lines, like kind of like Daniel Warren Johnson style, with the action lines coming in, and like you pulled like every like I said with the graffiti, the black on the white, where it's in the foreground and then the middle like the when he's riding the bus, the light, it's all gray, then you get the white from the light on the floor and coming through the window. Like, I mean, you pulled out every trick in the book in this one. Like, you really showcased like you just proved that you understand comics and how to visually tell a story in that book, and it's a great story. Like, Warrick and you like definitely put out something great, and then you have like like you said, that one's serious. Then you have the contrast of Angriest Warrior, where you guys are just being silly and having fun with it, right? And and it's great. Like Johnny said, like he picked up on the North Star thing and stuff like that, and just having fun with it, and little callbacks and Easter eggs. Like you said, you had that one guy in the area when people picked it up. So I mean, you guys are just having fun with that book, and just and it shows. You can feel it when you're reading it, like just the interaction of the two guys chained together too, like the silliness and stuff. And
how many issues is this arc going to be, the Crooked Crucible?
Yeah, so I was thinking about it today, actually. That's funny that you asked that. I'm thinking 6 to 7 issues. So I should be able to wrap it up very nicely. And that's Vile. 6 to 7. Just kidding. That one I need to think a little bit more. Because like the hardest part about a lot of this is the pacing, right? Is like making sure the pacing feels good.
Yeah.
And obviously Vile's a bit of a slow burn. The first issue, I was worried that people weren't going to like it because there was so much just pages of just like cityscape. And I love that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love that stuff. And that's why I was like, I want to immerse. I want people to feel like they're in this world. But I do know people who have very short attention spans. And if nothing's really going on, they might not love it. And obviously, when I made this comic, it was for me. I wasn't sitting there thinking like, what's going to sell? Who's going to like this? But when I did release it, part of me was like, oh, maybe I should try to like have more action and more things happening.
I don't think so. I think the balance is perfect. Because
you were doing noir and you were
pacing,
cyberpunk. Cyberpunk's always a slow genre. Like, I know everybody thinks like it's all exciting, but if you read Neuromancer, it's a pretty, chill experience through a lot of it. He's just explaining how the world works.
Like the pacing, like you said, I think the pacing is perfect, and it's a perfect balance with Erwin's work, where he gives the reader a lot per panel to look at, to dig it, like so it doesn't feel like it's moving slow, because there's so much there for you to enjoy, that it doesn't feel like it's like you're getting something on every page where you're like, oh fuck, and then you're looking at the graffitis like you said and trying to pick stuff up. And so I think the pacing was perfect.
That's great to hear. Because like definitely I really wanted to showcase Erwin's art, obviously, and I felt like I was giving him these challenges of like, dude, like just go crazy. And obviously he went in this saying, I want to draw the best I can. And it was really fun to write like little scenes. And like I remember writing in that scene where he's walking down the sidewalk smoking, I want a delivery robot getting robbed. And he drew that in the center. And he even geniusly added a character in the foreground who has his phone and he's recording. So it almost gives you an even more zoomed in version of what's going on in the background across the street. And the subway scene. And this is like something a lot of people caught that I really loved, that they understood, was in that subway scene, you have Jay just sitting there and you have these like thugs standing there. And in most moments, like you see a thug and there's like this level of intimidation, but then you also have this mother with her children just on the right, and they're not scared. This is their everyday life. This is normal to them. There's no fear. She's just cradling her baby, and her son is playing with a toy, so
that's city life, man. You know what
that
I mean?
one here, right? That's like, look at all the like. How long does that take you? Like, considering you put all that graffiti in there, how much are you spending? How much time are you spending on a page?
This is probably that was a double page spread, so maybe almost 9 hours per page. Yeah, it was a lot.
Good. That is, I consider that quick.
Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
fast.
Maybe it was longer. I don't know.
No, but I mean,
It felt like
I've
9.
seen you work,
It
and
might be longer.
I'm always impressed about how quickly you can draw and stuff. Like, yeah, I mean, fuck, I'm sure you make so many people jealous. They probably hate
Oh,
you
I
because
don't know.
be like,
Uh,
wish they could
uh,
draw as good as you, and just how quickly and prolific you are. I think it just kind of like people are like, fuck.
Oh, no, Daniel Warren Johnson draws really fast. I wish I could draw
Yeah.
fast like him.
Yeah.
He draws too fast.
Too fast. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like that page in particular, too. All the pages is like Warwick. I think in the script is what Warwick just described. Jay on the subway with a few punks and the mother and her cradling her child with another kid. Resting on her leg.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, well, now it's like kind of like no one's read the script, so like now you don't know like who's doing what. Like Warwick dictated this, but like I had to like, okay, now how do I push this to sell that cyberpunk look?
That one guy's like straight out of Aeon Flux. The dude that's like right there in the middle. With the
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a great animation too.
Prem. Gazilcher says Prem. Yeah.
How many days you guys have? The Kickstarter just launched Wednesday, right?
Yeah, so we still have
Yeah.
like
Is it a 30-day one?
27?
Are you guys
Yeah,
doing
The 30 day,
30?
yeah.
30
We
days?
end
Yeah,
at
hold on. Cool.
yeah, we end April 3rd.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
man, people have plenty of time, but don't wait. Go back. Like I said, the QR code's up in the corner there, so you can just scan it, go back to book. It's fantastic. You're 2 days in, and you're already at 138%. So yeah.
We are 138.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. But there might be a 138 in the file.
In the graffitis
Maybe.
somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing. Yeah.
So do you guys have anything coming up? I know you always have the Ink and Drinks. How often do you do the Ink and Drink events? Is it weekly? Is it monthly?
It's monthly. Our next one is this month, March 25th. We do it at Alex's Bar, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Everyone of any skill level is welcome to join. We've been doing giveaways. The other member of Ink and Drink, Mike Castro, thought of doing giveaways, and it's people seem to like it, so we'll keep doing that. Usually just give away like a trading card drawing. I've Wonder Woman. I think I did a Chun-Li.
Okay.
But other people have given away some art supplies as well, which I think is the better the better prize. Go draw with the stuff we give away. Bob is in here in the comments. Gazilcher, he's given away some supplies as well. Yeah, so we do that with the other projects. Ghostman, Angriest Warrior in June. Warwick, I just got a gig for a 4-page comic anthology.
Oh.
Yeah, they want it done in mid-April. So this is my test for Warwick's upcoming project as well. Warwick is asking for a 8-page story. It's like, can I do that in time? But now this one, I have to get this one done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else am I doing? I can't even think.
Do you have
That's
any-
it for now.
you do any conventions and signings, stuff like that often, or
I haven't booked anything for this year. No.
what about you, Warwick? Do you plan on doing anything? Any shows, conventions, anything like that?
I'll probably do some small local stuff.
Local stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of the libraries out here will hold like comic and like zine fests and stuff like that. I would love to do like Heroes or something, but to make a trek that far, I really feel like I need like a catalog. I need to have stuff to fill this table. And I want to go because I've made a lot of friends that obviously booth, and they bug me every year saying like, when are you going to come out here? When are you going to come out here? And I really, really want to do it. And I'm hoping next year is that year. But yeah, like I need to start doing more conventions. That's something I 100% want to start doing. But this year I have a lot of stuff coming out. Like, I have this Angriest Warrior with Erwin. We're going to get started on the second and last part of Eternal Reign. Erwin was alluding to, I'm starting an anthology. It's curated with a bunch of really killer artists that I've gotten to befriend and meet over the years.
Is that the one with the short that you sent us?
Yeah, so that is one of 4 stories that I wrote that's going to be in the anthology. Cool. Currently, I think it's 15 stories.
Okay.
So it'll be a chunky book. It's looking to be over 100 pages. It's called Flesh and Steel, and of course, it's fantasy, sword and sorcery themed. I thought, for my first anthology, it should definitely be like a love letter to the genre that I feel like really got me into the mood of like, I want to create, I want to make things. And that's one of the stories that I wrote for it.
You going to kickstart it? You going to want to come back on for that?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. It's going to be a Kickstarter. I'm looking at August is when I was planning on doing it. I'm probably going to do a more formal announcement either at the end of this month or early next month. And I'll have the pre-launch page and hopefully start trying to build hype. I do plan on sharing one of the short stories I wrote for free as a preview, just to get people in the mood and dip their toes. It won't be Devour. It's actually, it's called A Simple Job, and it's done by the artist Kevin Castanero. I'm not sure if you're familiar with his work.
Yes, he did Grit.
Yes, he did Grit, and now he's working on
the killing one where you get contract to kill.
You've been canceled.
You've been canceled. That's it. Yeah. I know him. I love his work. He's good. He drew the story for the guy you like, Johnny. Craig.
Wes Craig. Yeah.
He did the druggy superhero book.
Thunder, I just got that.
Yeah.
Acid Head. I don't remember what it was called. But
I think, right?
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
Thunderhead, I believe.
Oh, Thunderhead. There you go.
But so that's the one I'll be sharing for free. It's a 12-page story, and it's classic. We both love Conan the Barbarian, so it's a very
awesome
Conan kind of like more grounded in reality, sword and sorcery. But like that will be out hopefully in the next like month or two. And then me and Brunson actually have a comic that's done. We've barely talked about it, but we need to figure out when we're releasing.
Oh, is that the one he's been posting pics from?
Yeah, the Bad Blood. Yeah.
That's the one with the Astro Boy looking character?
No, so that's the one with Kevin Catalan. He's doing that with Kevin Catalan.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's done a few posts about it, but we haven't really dropped it too much. But we need to figure out when and what we're doing with that. But yeah, I have a busy year, and I'm super amped. I'm super excited to tackle this stuff and to get more stuff out there and hopefully build my readership. And ideally, I want more and more people to check out my stuff and be interested in what I'm working on. When I first worked with Erwin on the first Angriest Warrior, I knew people were going to come for the art because it's Erwin, but I was hoping people would start staying for the story because of me. So, yeah,
for sure. I mean, so far I've enjoyed everything you've worked on, and Erwin as well. So I think you guys are a great duo of like working together. Yeah. Great creative teams. So,
and the duality of the two books you guys have done together, like we said earlier, man, it's great. You can tackle both serious and silly. I wouldn't call it silly, but Angriest Warrior could slide in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Oddball, I'd say.
Oddball, that's better than silly.
You need a good pun every once in a while, for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely like it can be a little crass as well,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like I said,
when I wrote that
people
scene,
with soft hands may be affected, may be triggered.
when I wrote that, I messaged Erwin and I was like, "Is this okay? Will you draw this?" And then he just started laughing. He's like, "Yeah, I'll draw it." Like
right away, he got up and went into the mirror and started taking
reference photos. For
I'll post those later. I'll post the photos in the
the reference pictures. Yeah.
Available on the Patreon.
for paid members only.
Who wants to draw Erwin's crotch? Here's the photos.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, so I mean, I can't wait for people to read this. We got to read it because obviously you sent us a copy so we could come on the show and discuss it and stuff. And man, it was awesome. We loved it. We both loved it. Right away, Johnny read it before me, so he's like, "Dude, I'm 2 pages in and I'm already cracking up laughing. They're worshiping Clippy."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?" Clippy from Windows. I was
so
like,
good.
"Oh."
I'm
Johnny
glad.
was sold after page 2. He was like, yeah, and that's a great one with all the TVs to that panel.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic, great layout. Yeah,
Well,
good
the
stuff.
writing for the sidekick guy, I don't think you said his name yet. The other slave that he's chained to.
No.
He is just such a great character. You know what I mean? When he crashes out, it's just such a funny crash out, man.
It was an interesting challenge because I was like, Angriest Warrior isn't a man of words. He's a man of action. So it's like, how do I give info? How do I have interactions between characters with a character who doesn't really do that? So that is what inspired. I'll physically chain somebody who has to do that to him. Yeah. So.
Well, I mean, no matter what shitty thing he did, he doesn't deserve what's happening.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't even revealed the great baddie of this arc. We just have his henchman Magus for a good minute.
Yeah.
Iggy Pop.
Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, I'll write that down. I'll start referencing him.
Yeah, so people are in for a treat for this. People that are going to back this and get the book. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
And like I said, man, you're losing money not backing this book. For the quality that you're getting, and at the price, dude, you're not going to find a better deal on Kickstarter right now. There's lots of great books on there, but you're not going to find one with a better deal.
You got to get multiple books because you got to slab them too.
Mhm.
I hate slabbing, but you got to slab this one, though, come on. And the other ones. Go get that tier with all the books and slap them.
Yeah,
Order two,
Different tier with all
one
the
to keep
books.
safe and one to read.
Yeah.
You got bundles. Just get a whole retail bundle for yourself.
Yeah, that's it. 5 books. You get a deal for 5 books. Exactly. They have the retailer deals. So, so if there's any
You got 5 friends. Yeah, you got 5 friends. You can save even more.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, team up with your friends and back it. Yeah, the 5 copies. Exactly. Yeah. Shit. So, hey, Erwin, you do live drawing too. What's your YouTube channel?
I think you just look up my name, Erwin Papa.
On YouTube, and it'll come
on
pop
YouTube.
up.
Yeah, it should pop up. But I don't really have a set schedule. I just kind of do it when I feel like it.
Hell yeah.
But it's there. I mean, I have been trying to do a regular schedule of flipping through books, which I've done the past 3 weeks now. I upload those on Wednesdays.
Nice.
And I'll do that.
Yeah, we set up a camera too and started flipping through. We're getting close to the end of the episode. We have another guest coming up, and we're going to be doing a flip through on Sunday. So we set up the camera, and it's fun to have the creator on and do a flip through. You get some nice insights and stuff like that. So
totally.
Yeah,
I kind of want to do it with Brunson too. Brunson and I had another idea where we pick out. It's kind of a little inspired by Richard Friend. I don't know if you know his YouTube channel. He's a longtime image inker. He inked a lot of image guys, and he'll go through.
The name rings a bell, but yeah,
if you see his stuff, then you'll know. Yeah, you'll immediately know. And he usually just does. He goes through specific artists' work and just going through the pages. Sometimes he has a little bit. Stories, but what Brunson and I want to do is really break down a page or someone's art and explain why it works
with the panel layouts, composition,
light and dark, all those terms. We want to because I'm assuming there's a lot of other artists that watch YouTube. There's Ink X Scribes. They also kind of do something similar to that. But there's a lot of YouTube shows where they just like go through the book and explain the story. It's like I can read it. I can read the story. You don't have to explain it to me. Like tell me why you like this artist, why you like this writer, and tell me why you like the page.
The page, like this panel, why does it work for you, or something you notice that really makes it click, or yeah.
Like if everybody wants to steal that idea, go for it. I don't know when. It's so hard for me to find time to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing that, flipping through, and like we'll like pick out things and kind of discuss like a certain panel, the way they laid it out, or like
we did that
techniques they used and stuff like that. Like there's so many different techniques people like, the type of perspective, like a colored book. Like if you have landscape, like perspective, you can create perspective through atmospheric perspective, right? And explaining like what was the Frog Night, Johnny? Frog Night. Like there's one scene where he has the foreground, the background, and the way he uses his color, it creates that depth, right? And it was so fantastic. It was so simple, but it's such an effective way to create perspective through colors, because like things get more of the tone of whatever the skyline is, right? So as things get further, you should do a wash of, like, let's say at 10% of that certain color over, and then increase or decrease it as it gets to the foreground, and you create that depth, right? And like it's like you said, it's fun to explain stuff like that to people, because sometimes people, especially people that are just starting out, maybe they don't realize those type of things, or they didn't go to art school, so they don't have a technical understanding because they didn't learn it.
But I mean, there's an inherent, like people that don't draw or don't make art also, like they like what they like and they don't like what they don't like. But it's inherent, like why some of this stuff works. They probably don't have the vocabulary or to explain it. And I just also point but that Frog Night guy too, even with his chapter breaks where he does the black and white drawings, like it's black on white on black on white. That sounds easy to do. You just draw black and white, just draw the black parts, right, and you fill it in. It's such a challenge to like figure out like what silhouette is going to work behind this silhouette, is going to work behind this silhouette.
That's a great book. People should check that out. There's been 2 Kickstarters, I think, now. Obviously, I think they're going for another. I don't know how many issues it's supposed to be, but if ever that pops up again, people should check that one out. That's a great comic as well. I think we covered that one on the same episode we covered Vile.
Fully funded.
So, 2 great books on that episode. So go check it out. I don't know what episode it was, but it's on our YouTube there. Go down.
Just play the playlist. You turn on the playlist and then just play all the episodes and wait till you get there.
What episode is this one? We're at 3 what, Johnny? 330?
330. Well, the Rod Stick one was 337. Like, so this is
335.
Yeah, I guess
334. Yeah, we've got quite a few episodes. So people.
I quit counting when we were at 60, man, and we were still called the Pink Buzz.
Yeah, well, I actually went and physically counted them all to kind of keep track, because I knew we're getting pretty high, and I was like, "Are we at 300 yet?" And I managed to think of counting it before we got to 300. So I was like, cool. Yeah, I think we had for 250, we had Brandon Graham was on for our 250th episode, so that was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
So I mean, we love comics, so it's great to have guys like you on and just shoot the shit and just talk comics, and it's fun stuff. So Johnny, man, we're gonna wrap this up. Do you have any final comments or questions for these guys before we log off?
No, I just want to wish them the best of luck for the rest of the campaign. You guys, you need to like print more of those. Like, I actually want that so bad. What you have in your hand right there.
This?
I fucking
5.5 by 8.5.
I love ash cans.
Johnny loves ash cans.
It's the same thing, but smaller. Oh, you know what? I think because Warwick had the idea to do like a zine ash can thing for the first one, showing the first 10 pages. Oh, that other thing too, if I can make it real quick. The reason why we showed the first 10 pages in that zine, because it was still supposed to be 48 pages. But there's still a lot you haven't seen in this book.
48. The original Angriest
original
Warrior?
issue. No, the original. This one was going to be 48, but then we split it in 2.
Okay.
But there's still a lot to see.
Yeah.
And that zine didn't have any of the dialogue, so you have to back it to read the story.
Yeah, all just images. Yeah.
But we'll do more of these, Johnny.
Cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you make that a stretch goal, if you get to a certain amount, you can add it as a tier where you get the zine or ashcan thing, and then you'll have to print them all and fucking put them together and shit.
I think I have some of the physical previews still. We'll make sure one gets shipped out to you, Johnny, just so you have it. That was cool. Printed before anything got digitized or anything like that. So,
You have to make a deal with Warrick though. If you do add that on as a tier, he's got to come over and help you make them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that first page with the zombie guys.
This was a fun page, yes.
Yeah.
Such a great opening. Like this is again like Warwick's in script, like people suffering from radiation fallout from the explosion.
Yeah.
Just put that, focus.
Weird way, it almost reminds me of the opening scene from Street Fighter 2, where like the guy punches the
the
building. Like it kind of
okay. You can keep going.
Yeah. So once again, QR code, last chance, scan it before we log off. Go scan it now and go back to Kickstarter, which I'm sure most people in chats, they follow your work, so I'm sure most of them already went and backed your book.
Yeah, thank you everyone for
on the replay. Go back it.
And one thing, like if you guys have already backed it, go leave a comment on the campaign. That helps keep it in the algorithm. From what I understand, that's what our friend Richard says. So,
interesting.
Yeah, people go drop some comments on the comment section on the Kickstarter. It'll help the algorithm refer it to other people when they're scrolling through looking at projects. It helps.
Wait, you comment where?
In the Kickstarter, like how you can
add comments.
Like if you can
in
add
the comments
on
the Kickstarter campaign, down below in the comments, if your friends go or backers like can't wait for this book and they just leave comments, it helps boost the signal on Kickstarter itself. So when people just randomly go scroll, it helps it come up more frequently.
Oh, I gotta start doing that. Does it know? Can Kickstarter differentiate between the host, the person that's hosting the Kickstarter,
it's your profile
and regular?
I like your headset.
It's not going to work. I guess
you have to make a lot of profiles.
Yeah, the stock puppet, man.
All right, so Sunday we're back. It's an afternoon episode. It'll be 3:00 Eastern. We're going to be back. We'll have EPHK back on. We're going to be doing a flip through with Nick himself for Harpy. So Harpy's a great graphic novel, 300-page graphic novel released by Living the Line. So he'll be coming on Sunday to chat. We'll be going through the book, taking a look at some pages, and just picking his brain about that book. He spent 3-4 years working on that. So I mean, finally out.
Pages. Yeah, he was planning on it being like his first floppy comic, but it wasn't. He got a better deal with Living the Line, putting it out as a graphic novel. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, so it's out there.
Still floppy,
you can pick it up.
300 pages.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Vile, you'll love Harpy. It's in the same vein. It's cyberpunk noir, takes place in South Africa, which is a really neat setting.
Yeah, I have the wrong pick there. Damn it! Way to go, Joe.
And then Saturday, we're going to be doing the giveaway. We're going to be
giveaway. That's true.
For Vendetta, and we'll be giving away Slaughter Swine. So just for people to remember that on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Well, tomorrow, 4:00.
Yeah, 4:00.
Yeah, tomorrow 4:00. We'll be redoing Vendetta. Here it is. This is the right one. Open it up. There we go.
What are you putting up?
Wednesday's episode, the Power Hour.
Okay. Yeah.
So Power Hour on Wednesday, 8:00 Eastern. We're gonna have John Coates and EHEX or Hehex. I don't know how they pronounce it. If that's
I think his name's Ethan. So
yeah, it's Ethan, but he always goes by EHEX.
Yeah, EHEX.
Hey,
Yeah.
John Coates only writes, or does he draw too?
He colors some
Oh,
books. I don't know if how good he is at drawing, if he draws much, but James, his brother, is fantastic.
Yeah.
I think
His-
James told us John went to school for drawing, but like he just doesn't do it professionally or something. I think
Oh, I
that's what
see.
he said.
Yeah.
But this book, like I love this guy's stuff on
Yeah.
Instagram. I've been following him for a while, so him doing a comic, especially with the homeboy like John Coates, it's pretty exciting. It's gonna be another Kickstarter we're going to be pushing on you people. So
yeah, that's the other book John works on with his brother James.
Yeah.
I love the way I'm in love with the way James draws Stardust.
Joe loves Ripped
And the
Neck.
Dino Beast.
Yeah, Dino Beast. And
Yeah.
the Ninja graphic novel, one of the best.
Oh
things
yeah.
put
Yeah,
out.
that's
That was
super
fantastic.
good. Go pick that one up. This is fantastic as well. Yeah.
Are you guys the Power Pulp video interviewers now?
No, well, they have their live channel. We
Oh.
do Power
Yeah.
Hour where we have guys from Power Pulp on,
Uh-huh.
and they come on and we do giveaways and stuff. We kind of have a deal with them for that, and yeah, so we do like 2 to 3 episodes with just Power Pulp, the collective, someone from the collective. So yeah.
Or we'll
Cool.
cover some of
They're
their
doing
books.
some insane stuff for sure for indie creators. Really cool stuff.
We did a read through, so we're gonna try to do more episodes of those where we try to put our best voice acting
Nice.
for our voice acting to
Oh,
the
yeah.
test. So we did one
maybe
episode.
we'll do
like-
that.
Oh, I
Maybe we'll do that with Angriest Warrior.
Oh, please do.
I gotta hear. What's your voice? Do it right now. What's Angriest Warrior's voice?
He doesn't
No.
speak.
Oh, he doesn't speak
Run.
in this one.
Yeah.
No. Well, he said.
He says run. He says run.
He says
Run.
run. Yeah.
Right, that's what it is. Yeah.
Run.
Or he has some dialogue in the
Yeah, his
The main page.
chain partner,
yeah.
the chain gang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Friday the 13th, we're gonna have Mr. Rot Steak on. He's gonna be back.
That was
So
cool.
we'll be doing a flip through of his book as well. Probably more book 1 than book 2 because we don't want to spoil too much from book 2. But we'll go through a little bit of book 2 with him and give you some insights and stuff like that. So that's for the coming week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And Oral, we got these 2 bad boys to give away. So
Mhm.
tune in if you drop the comments down in the episode comments. Vendetta is done. That's closed. But Slaughter Swine, you still have tonight. Go drop Bloody Gore comics down in the comments of the YouTube channel for the Slaughter Swine episode, and that's how you enter to win a chance to win this book. So tomorrow, 4:00.
Well,
We'll
and
be
also, we got this going on. If we're going to talk about our giveaways, this is
Oh,
like $100 worth of graphic novel.
Yeah, that's a big one. Volumes 1 and 2. I don't have volume 2 physically. I just have volume 1. But volumes 1 and 2 will be that's a big giveaway. Like we said, Erwin has a 6 to 8 page. I don't know if it's 6 or 8 page story in it.
I forgot.
Yeah, you have a story in the volume 2. So we have both volumes. So that's so that'll be the other giveaway.
Yeah, if you go to this video and put Power Pulp in the
Episode comments.
yeah, you'll be entered to win. So, and we'll be doing that next
Wednesday. We'll do it when we do our Power Hour with John and HEX. Yeah, HEX or Ethan or whatever. We'll find out how we're supposed to refer to him.
His name will be revealed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that'll be a big reveal for Wednesday night. How the fuck do we pronounce how do you want to be referred to? Yeah. So hey guys, man.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
on. We wanted to have you on for a long time. It did not disappoint. Great talking to you guys. People go back the book. I mean, it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. So anyone who backs it, I mean, you're in for a treat. So yeah, you got another 27 days to go and like we said, you have your retailer tiers, so you can get a slight discount if you get the 5 book tiers. So yeah, man, go support some awesome indie books.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, Johnny.
Yeah.
Outro time.